milk paint. I have my piece right here in front of me, and I'm going to show you guys how to prep it, and then we're going to get to painting this piece. So let me just show you guys again. It's just a really pretty cabinet door that was a salvage piece that I had here, and I think that it would make a really cute project one way or another. But it's really pretty. Look, it's got all these like little cut-in designs here. It's got this little ornate piece here. It's just really nice, and the wood color is really pretty. But when you see pieces of wood like this, and it's a salvage piece, it's not a piece of furniture or something that maybe somebody doesn't want painted. This is mine, and I can use it for a project. So this is why we're gonna do this thing today. So first thing that you want to do is take some sandpaper. Well, you know what you need to do first? Just take a rag or a paper towel or something and just wipe it down with a little soap and water. This one's fairly clean, so I'm gonna skip that part, but just soap and water, let it dry, just to make sure that there's no dust on it, there's no cobwebs or just any type of, I don't know, goopy stuff, I don't know, whatever could be on an old piece of salvage material or furniture. And then the next thing you're gonna do is get some very fine sandpaper. I have 150 grit sandpaper, and it's just a piece that I had laying around, and usually I get a block of wood and do it, but I'm just gonna sand this a little bit, not a whole bunch. I don't wanna overdo it. This is just trying to get part of the wood not exposed, but just trying to get some of the whatever the varnish or whatever's on it, just to open up, I guess, so that the milk paint will adhere a lot better. Just gonna rough that up a little, just a tad. All right, that's it. That's all you need to do, just a little bit. And now I'm going to clean it again with a brush. Just any brush. This one here is just a cheapy $3 brush. And I'm just gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna clean off all the dust and stuff. I'm gonna go outside and do this, and then I'm gonna go outside, clean it off, okay? And then the next thing that I'm going to do while I'm outside is take this Zinger's Bullseye Shellac, and I'm just gonna kind of spritz it just very lightly on this right here. That's gonna help. This is another extra insurance step to make sure that your milk paint is adhering. You can buy this at Home Depot or any other hardware store. It's about $7 a can. The can lasts forever. So it's always like I said, it's insurance, so that your milk paint, you get the best bang for your buck, so that your liquid gold milk paint sticks to most of the piece. When I say most, you do want some chip and crackle and flaking and stuff, because that's the beauty of milk paint. But extra step again, and I have a brand new brush and my sweet Pickins milk paint and my beautiful little cabinet door that I have sanded with 150 grit sandpaper and spritzed very lightly with the Zinger's Bullseye Shellac in the yellow can. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my clean brush and I'm going to paint this on the door. And as you can see, it's perfect. It's a perfect consistency. It's not a whitewashy look, which would be too thin, and my paintbrush is not dragging, so it's not too thick. It's actually just right. And again, that was 1 part milk paint, 1 part water, okay? I'm just gonna go over this. You can see it's super easy to use. And one thing that I like to do when I'm painting a piece of furniture, or I'm painting, just, I don't know, a little project like this, I like to go over it with the first coat of milk paint, and then I like to go over the second coat before it actually is totally dry. The reason is because milk paint can be reactivated when it gets wet before it's sealed. And if I don't want a lot of chip, then I don't want to reactivate the paint. I want it to dry where it's at. So we got to make sure that if we do a second coat on here, that we do it pretty much right away. That's the way I like to do it. Other people might have different opinions on it. That's the way I do it. let me finish painting this. And there's no right way to paint this. I mean, basically, you all know how to paint, and also painting is fun, so just do it the way you wanna. Don't be afraid of the milk paint. Now I'm gonna get it all the little grooves. And I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'll go ahead and come back to you when it's completely done. Okay, so this is the cabinet door with 1 coat of Sweet Pickins milk paint and flour sack. And as you can see, I got a really good amount of coverage with just the 1 coat. Let's see if you can see that. It actually looks really good. But I'm gonna let this sit just a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna let it dry completely, but I am gonna let it dry just a tad so that way I can add a 2nd coat. And I want to show you, remember, we only mixed a 1/4 cup of milk paint to a 1/4 cup of water, and I still have enough in there for another coat. Believe it or not, that is enough for finishing this piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with more paint, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Hi guys, I'm back. So I did 2 coats of Sweet Pickins milk paint and flour sack on this cabinet door, and this is what it looks like. There is great coverage on here. I can hardly see any of the underlaying wood. That's the way that I wanted it to look. I didn't want to go ahead and cover it all up because I'm going to be sanding it and distressing it anyway. Yeah, the coverage is phenomenal. Again, 1 part Sweet Pickins milk paint, 1 part water, warm water. So again, this is 2 coats of Sweet Pickins milk paint. I'm gonna let this dry probably overnight so that I give it enough time to chip and peel and flake and crackle and do all the things that milk paint wants to do. And then I'm gonna come back to you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you guys how I distress, how I encourage any chips if I don't have enough chippiness. And I'm going to show you guys how I seal it with the Sweet Pickins wax. So stay tuned for my next video, and if my video is up, well then obviously look for it on my YouTube channel. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, all over the place. And if you like my shirt, like I mentioned in the last video, you can find that on my Etsy shop. You can search My3C, C without the S, and the link will be at the bottom. So links will be at the bottom for pretty much everything, including where to find Sweet Pickins milk paint. If you have any questions, comment below. If you have any just comments or anything, comment below. I love to hear from you guys. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Take care. Bye.